Hello and thanks for staying with us at Asset Television. Welcome to the news at this hour. I'm Emanuela Akwaya and here are the headlines. Nigeria's president arrives UAE for 2026 conference. Customs announced procedures for vehicles on safe passage. Manchester United continues search for new coach. Here is the news in details. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu arrived in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, on Sunday ahead of his participation for the 2026 edition of Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week. He was received by Sheikh Shakbut Nayan Al Nayan, UAE Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, UAE Ambassador to Nigeria Salem Said Al-Shamsi, Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs Ambassador Yusuf Mitama Tuga, and members of the Nigerian diplomatic mission in Abu Dhabi. President Tinubu arrived in Abu Dhabi from Europe, where he spent part of his end-of-the-year break, engaging in fruitful discussions with Rwanda President Paul Kagame and French President Emmanuel Macron. The 2026 Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week, with the theme "The Nexus of Next, All Systems Go," is a global platform that brings together world leaders, policymakers, investors and experts to advance dialogue and action on sustainable development, climate action, energy transition, and inclusive economic growth. This visit further reinforces the strong diplomatic and economic ties between Nigeria and the United Arab Emirates, while positioning Nigeria as an active contributor to global conversations on sustainable development. A statement by the presidency on Sunday said, "Relentless military pressure is steadily shrinking the operational space of Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists in Borno State, as troops of Operation Hardin Kai record fresh battlefield successes. In the latest push under Operation Desert Sanity V, troops intensified operations along the Azil-Wajiroko axis, forcing 11 terrorists to surrender, alongside their AK-47 rifles and assorted ammunition." A statement signed by the Media Information Officer, Headquarters Joint Task Force, Northeast, Operation Hardin Kai, Lieutenant Colonel Sani Uba, said a day earlier, troops carried out coordinated clearance operations in the Bulgarda cluster, dismantling multiple terrorist enclaves at Dagun Babonu, Yaganari, Gosunri, and Umchel. The Nigerian Customs Service has announced the commencement of procedures for granting safe passage to personal vehicles temporarily imported or transiting through Nigeria by international travelers. The initiative is anchored on the Nigerian Customs Service Act 2023 and relevant international conventions on temporary admission and transit of vehicles, according to a press statement issued by the National Public Relations Officer of the service, Dr. Abdullahi Maiwada. He says the new framework covers all personnel, non-commercial vehicles belonging to international travelers visiting Nigeria for tourism, diplomatic, business, or personal purposes. It seeks to ease cross-border movement, strengthen Nigeria's compliance with international obligations, and reinforce the nation's commitment to trade facilitation and regional integration. According to him, the implementation draws legal backing from Section 142, 143, 144, and 245 of the NCS Act 2023, as well as the revised Kyoto Convention, UNTIR Convention 1975, Istanbul Convention 1990, and ECOWAS Protocol on Free Movement of Persons, Residents, and Establishments. It also aligns with WCO guidelines on temporary admission and the Cannet de Passage en Douane regulation. No fewer than 12 people were confirmed dead in a fatal multiple vehicle accident on the Yogoji-Abaji corridor of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, on Sunday. Felix Teman, the commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, FCT Sector Command, confirmed the incident. In a statement issued by the command's public education officer, Helen Naji, Teman said that the crash occurred about 11:45 a.m. at Gadabiyu, with the first distress call received at 11:47 a.m. He said that a patrol team from Zebra 6 Unit Yagoji arrived at the scene within 7 minutes at about 11:54 a.m. According to him, 4 vehicles were involved in the crash. Teman said the preliminary investigations indicated that speed limit violation and loss of control led to a chain collision involving the vehicles. He said that witness accounts show that a trailer belonging to African Natural Resources and Mines Limited and coming from Gujeni in Kagauko local government area of Kaduna State with a consignment of coal lost control. Teman said that the FRSC personnel administered first aid at the scene, recovered items found in the vehicles and secured them in safe custody. Manchester United are expected to accelerate the process of appointing a new interim head coach, with a final decision looming between Michael Carrick and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, following face-to-face talks with the club's hierarchy. As reported by Sky Sports News on Monday, both former United players have now presented their cases to senior figures at Old Trafford, with further detailed discussions scheduled to take place on Monday. Sky Sports News understands that Carrick made a particularly strong impression during his meetings, although there remained an appreciation within the club of the popularity Solskjaer enjoyed during his previous spell in charge. The aim is to appoint an interim head coach as soon as possible to allow the new man sufficient time to prepare the squad for Saturday's Manchester derby at Old Trafford. The club are currently without a permanent solution after Darren Fletcher confirmed that he has reached the end of his agreed short-term period in charge of the first term. And that is the news at this hour. Do follow us on all our social media handles. On behalf of the news crew, I'm Emmanuel Akwaya.